Are you seeking a better way to accelerate your sales, to scale your business, to live a life with no limits? Accelerate Sales Podcast features global experts who have cracked the code to recurring revenues with proven sales systems and get you on the fast track to scaling. Now let's accelerate your sales with today's episode.
Hello to the Accelerate Sales Solo podcast, episode number 391. Today's topic is getting more replies on LinkedIn. You will learn three key things. One, what are the best practices? In particular, what are the benchmarks you should be hitting? The second is how to improve on those benchmarks. And the third is where to go to get more help. If it's your first time, welcome. And if you love what you hear, please subscribe. If you're a regular, thanks for your support. Always appreciate those reviews. Please check out past shows on your favorite platform. Just search Accelerate Sales, and don't forget those wonderful interview shows as well. And before we start, I would also like to talk about our free Slack community for cloud consultants. It is a safe place where questions are asked and answered by like-minded peers. We have cloud consultants across multiple platforms, including Salesforce, HubSpot, ClickUp, Zoho, Google, Microsoft, just to name a few. If you want to learn from your peers to scale your business faster, and particularly around sales and marketing, go to paulhigginsmentoring.com/CCC to join for free today. So I'm sure you've never received a spammy pitch on LinkedIn. BS, right? We all get them. I'm lucky. My team basically filter them all out, so I don't get to see them, but every person I talk to says, I'm just over it. And, are you actually guilty of sending some of them, right? And it mightn't be now, but it might have been in the past. I know I've done it where someone gives me a script. I think that's the right way to do it. Or I give it to an outsourcing company, etc. And, I just think we're all sick and tired of it. So, I think LinkedIn is no different to email, right? It can be used for good or it can be used for evil. And I like to use it for good. And what I want to do is really walk you through what we're doing at the moment to get more replies, because I've been burnt by experts, I've used agencies, I've done all the work, but at the moment we're getting amazing results. And what does that mean? So I talked about benchmarks in the opening. So I believe the best benchmarks at the moment is 40% open rate. So just to clarify, this is when you send a second or third connection, a LinkedIn connection request. And I'll go into what it looks like in a moment, but I'm saying should target for about 40% acceptance. And then to get a reply from that, which is the real hard bit, and that's why I'm doing this podcast, is around 20%. Now, our current run rate's running at 38% open and 35% replies, right? So we're a little bit under the open rate, but we're certainly a lot higher, at least 15 points higher on the reply rates, which I really think is the one that matters the most. So what are we doing to beat the odds? Well, before I talk about that, let me just talk to you quickly about sendspark.com. You can send personalized videos at scale, and you can have a lovely GIF in their name. So we don't use it in our core sequence of sending out LinkedIn connections, because you want someone to reply and you want someone to build trust first. But then after that, we do. And it's fantastic. It's a great platform. Really good analytics as well. So just go to sendspark.com/accelerate sales, and you'll get 6 months free. That's right, 6 months free. So what do I do as far as sending a connection request, I send it along the lines of this. So always have their first name. I'm looking to connect with who your ideal client profile is, right? Because you don't want them to have to guess it. Make it very easy. And if they're not your ideal client and you haven't done the right research in the front, they'll ignore it. But as an example, what we say is people who sell and implement SaaS, so e.g. Salesforce, HubSpot, Zoho, etc. So that's what we do. So first name, I'm looking to connect with your ICP, and your LinkedIn profile suggests I could be on the right track with either, you put in the little smiley, or you can actually put in the, what I'm talking about, the little logo smiley, right? Then the next part is, would you be open to connecting? And that open word is a word that I use all the time. If you've heard past podcasts, it really does give people, or it makes people feel as if, hey, I'm in control here, right? are you open to connecting? I think it's a wonderful word, and I have that. And then I just always sign off, cheers, regards, Paul, whatever your sign off is. And then I put PS, I promise no sales pitch. Right, so that's the connection request that I send that we're getting, roughly 38%. So we're getting, 2 points below the benchmark. And believe me, I've tried so many. I've tried sending with no personal message. I've tried sending it with a one line. What we find is that one works best at the moment. And like I said, we've split tested so many of them. Then you send a thank you for connecting. Right, so if they do connect, and we use the software called Hyperize, so HYPERISE.io, so Hyperize, and there'll be the links in the show notes for this. And what it does is it creates a brilliant GIF, and what it does is it'll have you win and the company name, and then it has a Connect 4. If you remember the old Connect 4, you probably played it as a child. You may be playing with your children now. And it's got the board and it's got their specific profile pic on it, right? So it's very custom, very tailored. And it's also got, thanks for connecting in their first name. Now, Hyperize does that all automatically. And then we use another program called Expandy to send it, right? But it's very personalized. It's quite unique. Not everyone's doing it, so it works really well. But that's all we do, nothing else. Right, so it's just a pure thank you. So if you don't want to use Hyperize and you don't want to go to that degree, that's okay. But just say thank you for connecting, right? And then 5 days later, then we send another script. So once again, I'll put what we have, but you've got to tailor it to you. So hi, first name, I promise no sales pitch and I'll keep my word. I do have a free community where like-minded peers help each other out. I got the idea when I was a cloud consultant, but was too busy to set up. Now I have the time after selling my business. It is my way of giving back and filling in the gaps some vendors leave. If you believe a community of like-minded peers helping each other sounds good, give me a thumbs up. Cheers, Paul. So what I'm doing here is really saying, a little bit about what I do. So I'm giving them a free community, right? I think that's probably our best strategy as far as a sales funnel, for them to get to like, know, and trust you. But it's okay if you don't. But what I'm doing is, being very specific on the offer. It's not a pitch. It's just offering to help them. And the other one is the thumbs up, right? Just make it really easy to say thumbs up, thumbs down, right? Because, we're all time poor. And then, this gives them the opportunity to go into the Slack community. And if there's no reply, I say, here's the land, and this is probably sent a couple of days later. So if you think about the connection request, the thank you is sent automatically. Then probably 5 days later is the offer. And then another 5 days, if they haven't replied at all, is here's the landing page if you would prefer to know more if it's for you or not. And I just put, the landing page, which is paulhigginsmentoring.com/CCC. And then I say, are you interested but haven't had the chance to reply? Or is it no for now? Oh, sorry. I take a step back here. So what I've done is if there's no reply, so I send the connection request, I send the thank you, then I send a no reply, which is here's the landing page, etc. And then after that, if they haven't replied in another 5 days, we then send this one. Are you interested but haven't had the chance to reply? Or is it a no for now and we can still be connection buddies? Love to hear or love to get a reply either way. And then their first name. So you think about the sequence. So it's a connection request, thank you message straight after. Then you send one 5 days, which is the link to give them a bit more information. And then 5 days after that, if you haven't heard from them, then you send that final message. So that's how we get replies. And, I think the other couple of key components here is that, the key is the message, using that terminology that are you open to this? The other great thing is that my team member sends them for me. So, I've written all the words, but they send it for me. And also, if you yourself want some help with your LinkedIn outreach, what you can do is go to paulhigginsmentoring.com/SM Fast Track, right, where I can do 4 sessions. So they're one-on-one with me, and what it does is just fast track all of this, because listening to a podcast is great, but you might say, you know what, I've heard it too much, Paul, I just want to get your sort of results. And as an example, we've got 88 members into our community over the last 6 weeks, right? So I think that turns out to be roughly 88 over 79 days or something like that, business days. So, it's working exceptionally well. And in the 4 sessions, what we'll do is know your ideal client, create a world-class profile for you, create a well-oiled sales funnel, which I said, it may not be a free community, it may be something else, but we'll do that. Build high-converting campaigns, create a bank of custom scripts. So, taking mine, then we tailor them for you, test them, see if it works. We'll fine-tune your sales navigator so that you're getting a really good match to your ideal client. Implement cutting-edge technology. We talked about Hyperize and Expanding, but we've got some other things to validate emails and other tools we use. And also, we'll either train one of your team members, or we will give you a team member, which is one of my team members doing it for you. So you don't have to do all the heavy lifting, which makes a massive difference to this. So once again, you can just go to paulhigginsmentoring.com/SM Fast Track. The link will be in the show notes. So what are the 3 actions from today? One is check your stat versus the benchmark. So you're at 40. Are you at 20? For 40 for opens and 20 for reply rates. Write some of your scripts and test them. Right? So just test. There's nothing wrong with adapting what I've said and test it. And then the last one, like I said, is go to the paulhigginsmentoring.com SM Fast Track so I can fast track it for you. You can get all the links in the show notes, as I've said, at paulhigginsmentoring.com/podcast. It's episode 391, or on the app that you're listening to now. Follow me on LinkedIn to see what posts, because I constantly also talk about outreach and other things that are of value. If you know someone interested in closing more sales on LinkedIn, please share it with them. They'll think you're a rock star. And if you're a cloud consultant, you can go to paulhigginsmentoring.com/CCC to join our free Slack community there. As always, please take action to accelerate your sales.
I'm fired up after today's episode. What about you? But hey, before you go, learning is just one piece of the puzzle. Now it's time to put today's strategy into action. Head over now to today's show page at paulhigginsmentoring.com/podcast and share how you'll put it into action. Be sure to head over to your favorite podcast platform and subscribe, rate, and review the show. Tell me what your favorite episode is. And don't wait 1 minute more to gain access to your pulse check at paulhigginsmentoring.com. This could be the difference between struggling to get more leads and making this next quarter your best one yet.